Hey, welcome here to Facebook Live to Ask Mike this Wednesday afternoon. It's a sunny Wednesday afternoon here in London town. If you're around in the UK, southeast of the UK area, you'll know it's been an amazing week, and it's a really hot September. It's fantastic. I think it was something like 34 degrees yesterday, which is apparently the hottest September day for about 200 years or over 200 years, somebody was telling me. So how cool is that? Well, not cool, it's hot, obviously, but how great is that? So I hope you're well. And I want to thank you for the folks that have sent me some questions. I'm going to get through them. I'm probably going to start doing more regular Ask Mike sessions. So probably from next week, we're going to have a couple of weeks and then just see how that goes. But I'll let you know when they're going to be. I'll send an email if you're on the list. If you're not on my list, you can subscribe. You get some free training videos and a PDF reports. Just go to mikeblisett.com and you can sign up there. And I don't spam anybody, so you're not going to get inundated with loads and loads of emails. You just, as I say, you get free PDF report to help you sign more clients or sell more of whatever your product is in your business. And then, as I say, some free training videos as well that come in the days after that. So if you want that, subscribe to mikeblisett.com, and it's on the front page there. You'll see it. So going straight into the question this week, it's from Claire. Hi, Claire. Thank you very much for the question. And the reason I selected this one particularly, because again, similarly with the one we talked about last week, there were several other people have sent me similar type of questions. And when I read it out, this could resonate with some situation that you've been in or that you find yourself dealing with sometimes on a regular basis, especially at work or kind of within your career or your business. So what Claire wrote was, "Hi Mike, I always seem to get tongue-tied when I have to speak during meetings at work. My boss says I waffle, that I don't get my point across succinctly, and anyway, he doesn't listen to my suggestions anyway, and I feel terrible about that. Can you help?" Now, I tell you, the amount of times I've heard something like that, whether that's at the beginning of an in-house presentation skills or communication skills or confident speaking workshop in an organization, the times I've heard that is probably hundreds. And the thing was, when I worked in banking before I became a coach, I was that person too. I was very dedicated. I think I did a good job, but I wasn't always the one that had my voice heard, or I wasn't the one that had my voice heard at meetings. It didn't mean I hadn't got a point or an idea or something to say, but it wasn't usually heard. And so I can really resonate with, if this is you, and certainly Claire, thanks very much for sending the question. I can really resonate with what you're saying there. And equally, if you're in business yourself, and whether it's working with a new prospective client or speaking within say a networking event, that kind of thing, and you just don't feel you're being heard above the noise. And I think we all have a lot of noise in our life, whether it's just busyness or social media or even this Facebook. We've got a lot of stuff going on. It's what I call noise. And if we can't have the I guess be aware that we're being heard, then it can kind of weigh heavily on us. So in answer to that, I've got a very simple framework. I discovered this a couple of years ago with a company I was working with, and they were fabulous and brilliant. And it's just such a cool kind of simple concept, and it helps you get your voice across quickly. Not just at the beginning of the meeting, but when you need to get your voice heard. So it's basically it's based around an acronym, because as coaches love acronyms, And it really is, the acronym is PREP. P-R-E-P. So if you want to write this down, and write it down kind of long way, so whatever that is, from top to bottom, vertically, that's the word I was looking for. P-R-E, I can't spell now either, P-R-E-P, so PREP. And what each of the letters stands for is that the first P is point. The second letter R is the reason. The third letter, E, example. And the fourth letter, P, we're going to repeat the first one again, point. And I've written a couple of examples here. For example, the point of this meeting is to discuss the new marketing software. The reason we need to discuss it now is because we have a new product launch in, 3 weeks. And an example of what it really needs to do is, and then whatever you want to say, or an example of what might happen if we don't have this in place within 3 weeks could be this. So that's the example. And so I really do believe that the point of this meeting, we really do need to focus on this, is to discuss the new marketing software. So it's just a really simple framework. The point, the reason, the example, and then the repeating the point again. And I think sometimes when we've got other people inputting in meetings, or when we're getting our point across with people, because they put their input in as well, and they sometimes interrupt, and they've got their own ideas, and they don't necessarily know how to be succinct with them either. So it can sometimes be a tussle. It can be a little bit of a battle to get your voice in the room. And so that's why this framework really well. So I just repeat the kind of basic example again. And I wrote it in a slightly different way, just to give you a slightly different perspective of how you can use it. You can use less words, you can use more words. You don't have to use point, reason, example, point. You can substitute those words for example, we need to discuss the new project. Where saying it that way, I didn't say the point of this meeting is to discuss the new project. You don't have to be as I suppose rigid as that. You can be more flexible. You can choose different words. So we need to discuss the new project or product, whatever it could be. These are the examples. Because we have the launch of the new launch in 3 weeks. So again, I haven't said the reason is because. You can say the reason is because, but you don't have to. It's meant to be a flexible framework. For example, okay, this is another one I put. We need to discuss the new products. The reason being, we've had a few returns. And I know that coaches sometimes, especially because I work with a lot of coaches and people who are online professionals, and they either record or they film or they write various products, whether they're ebooks, whether they're online courses or whatever. And while it's great to see when people are interested and they're clicking to download or buy them, obviously they won't always be a great fit for everyone. And sometimes you do get returns. And it's not just about getting the returns, it's understanding, okay, what's happening for this to happen. There will always be some, but it's to measure that and to understand, okay, what's happening here. So we need to discuss the new product. The reason being we've had some returns. As an example, one person, and then whatever that example was. Hence, I think it is something we need to discuss right now or in this meeting. So hopefully that is useful for you, Claire. And for anybody else who needs to have their voice heard, let me just put that on the table. Anybody who wants to have their voice or need to have their voice heard more in the room. So that's it for this time. If you have enjoyed the Ask Mike video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the like button at the top of the page. And yeah, I'm going to put this on record, I don't know, repeat, whatever you say. on Facebook. So if you want to go back and see it again and learn this model and just take your learnings from it, you'll have an opportunity to do that. It's going to be up there on my Facebook feed probably in about 5 or 10 minutes time. If you have questions for a future episode or webisode of Ask Mike, please message me and just let me know if you want me to read out your name as well. I'm fine whichever way, whatever works for you. But if you want to send me questions that you think I might have some idea that could even help you, please message me. If you want to send me a message via my website, right? If you're signing up for the for the free training there, you can do that. So again, it's mikeblissett.com. And if you want to send me a message, a question from there, just click on the contact button at the top of the page and you'll see a box there. You can send that. If you're already on my mailing list, then of course you'll have that email address and just hit reply and send me the question there. And usually I get 1 or 2 questions a week that they encapsulate what most people are saying. So out of I think I got about 40 emails this week, there were kind of 1 or 2 kind of subjects that were grouped together, and that's why I chose this one this week from Claire. So next week, hopefully it's going to be from you. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a great rest of the day, have a brilliant rest of the week. And just by the way, if you are in or around Reading tomorrow, I'm speaking at a meeting in the just outside of Reading tomorrow at kind of one of the business parks, conference centres, beginning at 8 o'clock. So you'll find the details just below this. It's for an organisation called the Professional Speaking Association. I'm going to do like a masterclass, a keynote there. So it starts around 8 o'clock. It's going to last around an hour or so, and you're more than welcome. So have a click there if you want to come see me in Reading tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to see you next time. Take good care.